times over and over again. The message, look, I've spent a decade as President Trump's strongest ally in the
All right.
I'm focused on working with the president to deliver real results. And if you're not focused on that, that's a real problem.
It is a real problem. I don't think the issues that will define the outcome of this midterm here have even happened yet. And by that, I mean, I think the Iran issue.
Let's go ahead and try to look at some of this going on here.
That will make the American people realize it was short-lived, and that'll give them confidence in the economy. I think all the president's committed investments of bringing back manufacturing to the country, I think that's going to have a big impact, creating high-paying career jobs at a level I've never seen, 10, 12, 18 billion, whatever, $1 trillion committed investment money in this country. What does that do for the economy on top of energy independence, on top of the largest tax cut in history?
Look, I think that's absolutely right. We have a record of success to run on, cutting illegal border crossings 99%, dropping the murder rate 20%, dropping the drug overdose deaths 20%, passing the biggest tax cut in American history, passing no tax on tips, passing no tax on overtime, passing no tax on Social Security. Big victories, passing the biggest school choice program at the federal level in American history, passing the Trump accounts, a generational transformational program, both school choice and the Trump accounts. I authored both of those.
Hey, what's up, Ren? I'm just starting to look at some of this here. Let's see the Alabama U.S. Senate primary. Let's look at the Democrat results. Okay, this one is 4% of the votes. Okay, that's too early to call. Everett West looks like he is in the lead, but only by 9.5 points. Percentage points. Okay, that just flipped. Now it's even closer than that. Okay, let's look at the Republican side. Let's see. This is a race a lot of people would think could go to runoff. I think right now it's not as close as some people thought. Barry Moore is in the lead, the Trump endorsement candidate. He is in the lead by over, 15 points? Actually, now it looks like it's exactly 15 points. Moore's ahead of Steve Marshall and Jared Hudson down there. Dale Dees is second to last. Seth Burton had him, so it's about the order that a lot of people thought it was going to be. And, well, hold on a second, everybody. All right, so let's go ahead and cover. Let's see. Let's get to the governor's race. Alabama governor primary results. I know Tubble's been the lead. Well, if you can see that on your screen, that's that. The AP, well, let's see. Okay, so NBC News and, dang it. Okay. NBC News and the Associated Press have now both called the Alabama Republican gubernatorial primary in favor of Tommy Tuberville. Tuberville is currently, according according to NBC at 86.4%. Same thing on AP. It looks like that actually just went up by 0.2 of a percentage point to 86.6 for Tommy Tuberville. Kim McPheeters has 8.6% of the vote. He has 2,700 votes right now. Let's look at the counties. Mobile County was the first to come in. Tuberville has almost 80% of the vote there. Will Sonavassi is even right now carrying Greene County by 2 votes over Kim McPheeters' 1 vote, and Tommy Tuberville has none there. But that's 1% of the votes counted there. In my home county, Russell County, 45% of the votes counted, and Tuberville has almost 90% of the vote there. Don't know what the people around me are thinking. Wow. This is it, Red Room. This is the end of the line. Well, let's look at the Senate race again. Okay, Barry Moore still up there. Let's take a look. Let's how about Secretary of State? Carolyn Dobson is probably favored to win that one. Has that been called yet? It has not been, but she is up by about 9,000 votes over Chris Horn and Glenda Jackson, rounding it out. And the race, the votes haven't even been fully tallied yet. It may be early morning before that happens. Can't really see myself staying up all night to check it out. I mean, now right now he's only got his percentage actually went down. 70%. Will Sonavassi is now in second place though over Kim McPheeters. So let me look at the county makeup. Yeah, because Sonavassi's carrying that county. Okay. So what counties is Sonavassi ahead of McPheeters? Aside from Greene. Okay, let's see. Cleburne County. Okay. Calhoun County, where I believe Sonavassi is from, he's not carrying that one, but he's carrying Cleburne County, unless maybe that's where he's from. How many votes does he have there? Sonavassi has 77. Sonavassi is wow. Okay, that's big. In Houston County, Sonavassi is within 15 percentage points of Tuberville, and Sonavassi is second place, has 40%. McPheeters has 4. That's very, very surprising. The next county over is McPheeters in second place. Covington County, where the lawsuit by McPheeters was filed. Tuberville 88%, McFeeters 8.5%. Let's take a look at. Let's go to AP. Let's look at their county map. It's probably. It's not gonna look good if McFeeters comes in last. I'm not really sure how that could happen. And McFeeters, he lost his campaign around the same time Tuberville did last May. He'd been in it for a year. Sanavasi just announced his in January. That's probably about the same. Let's take a look at the lieutenant governor race. Okay. Philip Ensler is leading Darryl Perryman in the Democrat primary, but only about maybe 13 percentage points. That's close. Philip Ensler may end up winning that one. In fact, he's probably going to. But there's only 10% of the votes counted. That could be interesting. Let me just look at. So the Republicans. Oh yeah, this is the one everybody's thinking is going to go to runoff between Wes Allen and John Wall. Wow, that's only about 1,000 vote difference. It's less than a 1,000 vote difference between Allen and Wall. I don't know how the heck Allen is so far up. Wall has the Trump endorsement. Wes Allen has not been gracious on the campaign trail. I'm not really sure how Rick Payton, Nicole Jones Wadsworth are ahead of Pat Bishop. That's very surprising. Let me look at the. Let me go to NBC. Go to their lieutenant governor map. Let's see here. I'm gonna plug in my computer here. Trying to get charged up. Okay. Okay, so Pat Bishop is currently carrying Washington County, but that's it. John Wall is carrying Russell County. Wes Allen is carrying Montgomery County. Pat Bishop is second place in Baldwin County, just by 6 votes. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look at the Attorney General. Of course, the Democrat Jeff McLaughlin ran unopposed. The Republican side, Kathy Robinson is ahead of Jay Mitchell. I'm a little surprised by that. I'm not sure if I should be surprised or not. Okay, wait, I've got another update now, it looks like. Looks like I've got another update. I want to check both my sources here. But it looks like another big race in Alabama has been called. in an expected fashion. Okay, AP doesn't have it called yet, but NBC does, I think. Okay, NBC News has called the Democrat primary for governor for Doug Jones. This would shape up the expected rematch of the 2020 U.S. Senate race between Tommy Tuberville and Doug Jones. Tommy Tuberville won that election by about 30 percentage points to become Alabama's United States Senator, which is the office that he still holds right now, and he's stepping down from to run for governor. And according to NBC News and AP, Tuberville and Jones have both taken the next step toward becoming the next governor of Alabama. Kim McPheeters is back in second place, appears, but Tuberville is he's got 86% of the vote. McPheeters has just under 9% of the vote. Doug Jones has just under 73% of the vote. Will Boyd, second place finisher so far, has 11. Jamel Brown is shocking a lot of people, it looks like. He is ahead of Yolanda Flowers, Chadwick Martin, and Nathan Mathis. You figured the top three were going to be Jones, Boyd, and Martin. But I'm going to be interested to see where Jamel Brown finishes, how high he finishes. Because, I mean, at this point, he's not going to win. Doug Jones has already been called by NBC. I'm going to try to refresh AP, see if they've called it. I can't tell. They have not. Okay. Again, both NBC and AP have called the Republican primary for governor for Tommy Tuberville. The Democrat primary for governor in Alabama. NBC has called it for Doug Jones. In AP, Doug Jones is leading. In fact, it looks like they have the same numbers, but AP has simply not called it as of right now. So at this point, I'm looking to see. Let's go back to the Senate race. Democrats, Everett West and Dakari Lariat. Let's see. That's okay. That's probably going to a runoff. Of course, you got to remember that's 16% of the votes, and the Republican side, you have even less than that, 9.4%, with Barry Moore up by less than 15 percentage points now. Let's look at all the candidates. Let's look at the county results for the Republican. Senate race. Let's see. Barry Moore has more of them. Steve Marshall is he's carrying Marshall County. Enough carrying Talladega County, Clay County, and Lowndes County. Moore is carrying Montgomery County, where Marshall currently works as Alabama's Attorney General. Jared Hudson is carrying Jared Hudson is over Barry Moore in Tuscaloosa County by 0.3 of a percentage point. And that is by, what is that, 10 votes? Yeah, by 10 votes. Right now, it's the difference in Tuscaloosa County between Jared Hudson and Barry Moore for the U.S. Senate Republican primary. That's not going to last. It's 16.3% of the vote in. That's obviously gonna change.
Trump-endorsed candidates are having
See what
a ton
Hannity
of
says.
success up and down the ballot. For the very latest, all the details. He's at the billboard tonight. Our very own Bill Hemmer is there. Big night for Trump-endorsed candidates.
See if you can hear the
Right
news
about
here.
that, Sean. This is the primary calendar for the month of May. We're going to start here. We're going to end here for a reason, okay? Here we are on the 19th of May, 6 different states, still waiting on Idaho at 11 o'clock Eastern time. But you had an endorsement on behalf of the president in Georgia. That ticked the box. You had 2 in Kentucky. Both of those hit the box. And we're waiting for Idaho later tonight, whether or not the incumbent Governor Brad Little can return to office there in Idaho. Let me take you through what is the most significant race of the evening. And this was the big target, right? Tom Massey, Congressional District 4 in Northern Kentucky. We know after the conversation a moment ago that Ed Galrine is not only the winner, but he is a proud Navy SEAL and he is a proud dairy farmer in this district. And he's, in all likelihood, going to go to Washington. I'll explain why in a moment here. This is the district. It rides right along the Ohio River, Louisville to the west, Cincinnati to the north. There's 21 different counties, Sean. Right now, Ed Galrine leads in 19 of the 21 counties. The one county where Tom Massey has performed the best is Lewis County, where he has a 1,500-acre farm there, okay? And we talked about, how red is this? These were the results in 2024. Donald Trump, 75 percentage points on top of Kamala Harris, who checked in just below 24 points. Now, this is a really red part of the country. And we talked about money, too. Talk about a green part of the country. This Republican primary, Sean, is the single most expensive primary ever. As of daybreak earlier today, they had spent $33 million between the two campaigns. And now we know the result here, right? Galrine is in, Massey is out. I want to leave you with this, Sean, okay? We started with the calendar. I'm going to end with the calendar here in the month of May because I mentioned we're right here on the 19th. 1 week from tonight, in the big state of Texas, you've got a primary runoff between Ken Paxton and John Cornyn. We all know by now that the president weighed in on that earlier today. He's supporting Ken Paxton. I guess that means, Sean, that I'll see you a week from tonight, and we'll see what happens in Texas then.
Yeah, we're going to put that on the calendar. You're locked in, and we hope you will join us. Bill Hemmer at the billboard. Thank you, sir. All right, here now, Fox and Friends weekend co-host Charlie Hurt, along with Fox News contributor Ari Fleischer. Ari, we start with you tonight. Obviously, that report, Trump-endorsed candidates do very well.
Or to defeat Donald Trump in a primary.
We're going to turn that down for a second. Get back to some of this here. Where are we at here? This is the Senate. Okay, so the Senate. Tuscaloosa County is the same. Let's go back to the governor. Chechik Martin for the Democrats has 1,102 votes, has just under 2% of the vote in the state of Alabama, and doesn't look like he's carrying anything, I don't think. I want to talk about Chechik Martin because he just put out a statement. I just wanted to thank everyone that became part of this family. It just wasn't meant to be to serve in our beautiful state. I'm an independent, and unfortunately, we do not have a home politically in the South. I'm officially declaring my status as of now as independent. I love every single one of you and would not trade anything for the relationships that we have all made. Our volunteer team has been amazing. They are such fighters. I want all of you to know that I gave everything I could. Thank you all so much. I wanted to do amazing things for you and your family. I am honored to stand side by side by all of you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Chad Chick Martin. I'm telling you what, there's all some of these numbers just seem very drastic. Let's go to here. Let's see who else in second place, anyways. Jones Boy Flowers. Okay, so Yolanda Flowers is doing better than Chadwick Martin across the board for the most part. Well, so far, anyways. Let's see here. Mathis, Liston County, is sort of leading there. Yolanda Flowers is doing better than expected, probably. And Jamel Brown, second place in Barber County and Pike County and Lowndes County, not in Montgomery County. Montgomery County's probably just got too many people. Jamel Brown's also in second place in Dallas County. Okay. Let's come back here. Okay. Yep, here we go. AP is now called Doug Jones, the winner of the Democrat primary. So that is that. You have your general election race set up, provided nobody is removed. I don't know if, as far as Tommy Tuberville being removed from the ballot for his domicile controversy after this. The best case scenario for that has passed. The best case scenario would have been for him to either step down or be removed before the primary. That way the people could choose between Kim McPheeters and Will Sanavesi. At this point, with Tuberville being the nominee, if he were to be removed now, if he's removed before 60 days ahead of the general election on November 3rd, then the Alabama GOP will get to replace him, and they'll probably just replace him with some other establishment candidate, which won't really benefit the people. If Tuberville is removed within 60 days of the general election, ballots will have already begun to be printed, and the Alabama GOP will not have time to replace him. So all the votes for Tuberville will essentially not mean anything, and Doug Jones of the Democrats will essentially run unopposed, and he will be the next governor of Alabama, which is crazy that things could turn out that way in our state. In deep red Alabama, a Democrat running unopposed for governor, all because the football coach chose not to live here and chose to run for governor anyway. It's tough. Tough. Let's see. Kim McPheeters is still in second place. What percentage of the vote is in? 15%. And then, okay, so over a quarter of the Democrat votes are in. only 15% of the Republican votes for him. That makes sense because there's more Republicans than Democrats in Alabama. Alabama's a red state. Okay. It's a shame. No shame. Alabama had the chance to elect solid candidates for the people. And they overwhelmingly decided to continue to give away their power to the deep state establishment on both sides of the political spectrum. I figure I'll put out a video or a statement or something like that a little later on, maybe tomorrow. Although I guess I can go ahead and read this for you too. This is the statement from, I don't know if he's put this out publicly. I presume that he will. This is the statement from Kim McPheeters that he has showed me. Congratulations to Tommy Tuberville and the Alabama Republican Party leadership that worked so hard to secure his nomination. That's obviously said tongue-in-cheek because the party's not supposed to get involved in primaries. It marks a new era for the ALGOP, which has now clearly chosen to become actively involved in Republican primaries. The problem, however, is that Republicans may now have nominated a candidate who is not constitutionally qualified to serve as governor of Alabama. The residency issue is not going away, and it is only going to become more contentious as the election approaches. What many Alabamians still do not understand is simple. If Senator Tuberville meets the constitutional requirement, why not provide clear proof that he has lived in Alabama for the required 7 years? The residency requirement is not a technicality. It is written directly into the Alabama Constitution. The first duty of a governor while taking the oath of office with a hand on the Bible is to swear to uphold that Constitution. The people of Alabama deserve certainty that the person taking that oath fully meets every constitutional requirement to hold the office. That you would think that is plain old common sense. You would really think so. Yeah. You would really think so. Let's check out the governor map again. Let's see. Doesn't look like McPheeters is carrying any counties. McPheeters got nearly 2,000 votes in Madison. That's only 20% of the vote in. Senator Vassey is in second place in Cherokee County and in Cleburne County. In Coffee County, Senator Vassey is in second place. Same in Monroe County. Anything new on EP? Probably not. Seems like they're pretty in tow with what NBC has, and NBC is easier for me to look at. Yolanda Flowers and Jamel Brown are both at 5.7%, and the difference between them is what is that? Was it 19 votes? Yeah, 19 votes separate Yolanda Flowers in third place and Jamel Brown in fourth place. I guess Chris Peaks is going to have to eat his words that Doug Jones won't be the nominee. Because now he is. Devil campaign celebrating with fireworks. A little bit ago. Okay. Hey. Well, considering that the big race has already pretty well been called, let's take another look at the rest of it. I might consider going to bed. I don't know. Let's see. Barry Moore still up, but only has 33% of the vote. Let's look at the counties. Jared Hudson has more counties, yet Steve Marshall has more of the vote. Where is votes coming from? Jared Hudson's ahead of Barry Moore in Tuscaloosa County still by 0.6 of a percentage point. All right, let's try Secretary of State. Calvin Dobson is still up. Let's try AP. Let's try AP for Secretary of State. I wonder if they will have called it by now. Probably not. Seems like NBC's been calling stuff first. Yep, that's right. Okay. Let's go to the Attorney General race. Let's see. That one could go to a runoff between Robertson and Mitchell. Robertson's really been going after Mitchell this campaign. Wow. That could be interesting. That could be interesting. Okay, let's check out the Attorney General race on NBC. let's see here. So Jay Mitchell leads in my county. Lee County Robertson leads. Pamela Casey leads St. Clair County and Covington County. Let's see. Robertson leads by the beach in those two counties. Mitchell leads north of Montgomery. Robertson leads in Montgomery. Northwest Alabama, Jay Mitchell seems to have the lead. Okay, and let's check out the lieutenant governor race. Alright. Oh, okay, so John Wall is in the lead now. John Wall's in the lead now, but it is close. Okay. John Wall with 39.4%, Wes Allen with 37.9%. That's under 2 percentage points between them. So it's probably going to go to runoff between them two. I am very surprised at the low numbers for Pat Bishop. I thought he was going to be third place. I thought he was going to be up there with Allen and Wall. I thought he was, man. Everybody else, not too surprised. But Pat Bishop's low number surprised me and also bums me out. I think he would be good. Red Rum, I don't know if you're still there yet or not, but if you are, I may start talking about something else that you may find more interesting here in a minute. I may want to just kind of shut all this off. Seems like it's all pretty well going as expected. Let's see, is Ken still in second place? Yeah, he is. Hopefully Ken will at least stay in second place. You get more from Greene County's votes in. You know, still only has 4 votes having been cast there. 3 for Centavesi and 1 from McFeeters. And none for Tuberville. Where's the whole state was that competitive? Anything about the House race? I don't even think that really applies to me. Okay, Mike Rogers has been called for the 3rd district in the House. Terry LaPointe. All right. Let's see. I want to check out. I want to see the Lee County Sheriff election. Let's see here. County Sheriff election. I just want to check this out because that's been a fairly contested race because Jay Jones is the sheriff in Lee County and Cam Hunt was deputy sheriff. And Cam Smith decided to run, so Jay Jones had to turn him loose, had to cut him because it would have created a conflict of interest and it could potentially divided the sheriff's department among the two of them. So I want to see. Let's see. Okay, so right now Cam Hunt is in the lead. Wow. But that's only by 92 votes. That's with 38.46 of the boxes reported. Okay. For my state senate district, Jay Hovey is over Doug Cannon fairly convincingly. Hovey's the incumbent, so that's not really a surprise. Okay. Let's. I'm gonna just try to watch the TV here, see Alabama on the ticker below. It just showed Kentucky, not showing Georgia. Oh, just. Try to see Alabama on the TV, and then I might just shut this down. Yeah, are they gonna show Alabama? I think they're gonna show. Red Rum, you still there? Yeah, it may not show Alabama. Half the votes are in the Alabama governor Democrat primary. And just over 30% of the Republican primary votes are in. Red Rum, you still there? Looks like everything here is about wrapped up. Everything's at either one. We'll probably go into a runoff. Let's see. Senate, Barry Moore is leading, but could go to runoff. House races have been decided. Governor's races have been decided. Lieutenant governors going to a runoff. Secretary of State and Attorney General. Carolyn Dobson is leading, but not yet called. And the Attorney General, that one could be headed for a runoff too. So we will see. So, I been just trying to keep up with the weather as far as what it's possible to look like. On the day of the Rickwood game. And continuing to see differing reports. I've seen as high as 40%, 50%, and 60% chance of rain that day. Now I'm looking at it. Well, this is better. It's better. I hope it will continue to go this way. Okay, Wednesday the 27th during the day. Chance of rain 30%. It says 33. Partly to mostly cloudy with widely scattered showers or thunderstorms possible in the afternoon. If it can continue to subside like that, I'd take a few clouds in the sky. I'll take a few clouds in the sky. Um, what else? If you're there, I'll show you something that I've actually been working on in regard to the Rickwood game. Something kind of cool that I've decided to kind of play around with. If you'd like to see it, while I wait for you, I'm gonna change the channel, do something. I know where freaking this is going. We'll see this. Oh. Yeah. Storm is possible tomorrow here in Phoenix City. Yeah, have the rain come to Phoenix City on 27th instead of Birmingham. I'll drive through some rain. Red Rum, I'll show you something I've been working on. In regard to the Rickwood game, if you're there. Is he there? I don't know if he's still there or not. Anyway. Yeah, I'm just about through with the election coverage. I want to start talking about something more fun now. Anyway, I thought I was going to change the channel. Mel B on TBS. Orioles and Rays. And it's Nani. It's glitching up. Sort of. Okay. Yeah, let's just. Let's see. Family Feud. That's a Family Guy. We watched that. Anyway. It's like it'll be good. This is a picture from last year's game that I like. Field still looks old. The ads still look. They don't look all brand spanking new. Alright. I'll show you this though. So I've been thinking about since I I'm gonna go to the Rickwood Field game. I like to, for a game like that, one that's obviously got the old school feel to it. To me, you should try to pull out all the stops, and they should have paper tickets too. You can, either make them available at the will call at either Regents Field or Rickwood Field, or if it's with more than 2 weeks in advance. Then maybe you can mail them out. But you give people the option if they want the digital tickets, on the smartphone, or if they want paper ticket, and they can pick it up at will call. And what I've been doing, should I go to the game and get a ticket, I may take the digital or the QR code or the barcode or whatever it is that's on that digital ticket. And if it's like a still one, it's not one that has stuff moving around on it. It's just a plain barcode. Then I may kind of clip it and then put it on a ticket document and print that out and use that as a paper ticket. And I have that right here. I designed this. Check this out. I could, put the barcode right here probably. It's got the, the team logos and everything like that. It's got, the stub right there. It's got the two teams, the logos. There's the back too, if you can see that. You can print this out and then cut it out. And maybe present that as my ticket. That'd be cool. My only concern would be getting there and them saying, "Oh, well, we're not gonna take that." It's like, no, it's the same barcode. I bought it online. I just then printed it out and put it on this so it looked like I had a paper ticket. And if I have some dunce of a, ticket taker or something like that, they may be like, but we don't take paper ticket, something stupid, But that'd be cool. You think about whether I'll get a hat or a jersey or not. I do like that hat. And of course, there's the jersey right there. And there, right there, side by side. All right, I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and turn this off. Looks like everything is decided as far as the election goes. Yeah, maybe we'll talk some more about the Rickwood game another time. I'd rather go ahead and try to start relaxing a little bit, and you're probably preoccupied as it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. I'll probably put some kind of statement out regarding the elections and stuff tomorrow. Yep, I'm gonna cut this off. I appreciate you, Ren Ren. I'm going to start relaxing.